this is my 2015 Ford Mustang. I have been driving it for 3 years, and then lately I noticed that my car is getting warmer after more than 30 minutes of driving every time. And also, the warmer side is on my driver's side, so every time turn on the car, the driver's side is blowing warmer air than the passenger side is particularly obvious, especially after 30 minutes or more of driving on the road. Then both sides start to blow out extremely warm air. In this hot weather, it's just unbearable. So, and then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna switch person because Lee has discovered a way to fix it.
Okay, so based on my wife's described symptoms of the car blowing warm air on one side and colder air on the other side at the very beginning, and then all warm all together after about 30 minutes, so we figured it's probably because the refrigerant in the car is actually low. So the cheapest way, the quickest and easiest way to find out is let's just recharge the compressor with the proper refrigerant, and then let's find out if that's a cause. So I already started the car for about 5 minutes and it's been warming up, and I set the AC to max, so it's blowing it's blowing maximum air in the car. And now we're gonna do, I already popped the hood open, so we're gonna pop the hood right now and I'll figure out, and I'm gonna show you guys how to recharge the AC. Okay? And now we can get closer and we're just gonna take a look. Okay. So, as I said before, all you need is R134A refrigerant. This is about $7 for 12 ounce. The car needs about, let's go over to the other side and show you guys really quick. This is the amount of refrigerant that the car needs, which is about 21 ounce. And we're gonna test the pressure of the compressor first, and then we're gonna start to recharge, okay? So again, as I said, the car is on max AC. The engine's been running for about 5 minutes. You need 134A refrigerant. You also need one of those refrigerant recharge tubes. It usually comes like that, and you can find this tube next to the refrigerant usually. There are many different kinds of refrigerants, some with stop leaking technology, some without. Because this car is fairly new and nothing has been wrong with it, I just went with the refrigerant only without any stop leaking technology, okay? So the first thing is you're gonna find the low pressure tube on the compressor, which for the Mustang is actually located right over here on the left side of the car in the hood. All you have to do at the very beginning is just unscrew this cap to expose the port over there, and on the port you're gonna plug this little, it's an automatic valve, so all you have to do is just plug it over there, press it and lift it and plug it all the way in. It displays a pressure over there. As you can see, it's in blue, so that tells us that the pressure, the refrigerant in the compressor is actually really low, okay? So what are we gonna do is we're gonna try to get the pressure back up to, based on the environmental temperature over here, which is about 85 degrees in Florida. We're gonna charge it to the green zone over here, okay? So let's unplug this first. We are gonna install the valve onto the refrigerant. All you have to do is align this little thing over here, and you're just gonna screw it all the way to the bottom, okay? Until it stops. So there's one more thing before we start the recharging process, is because this hose I had was for my other car, which I recharged the refrigerant a few years ago, and this hose is for a puncture type of refrigerant can, which I had over here. This is our old can, so it's R134A refrigerant, but this one, if you look inside, there's not a self-sealing valve in this can. and this hose was designed for this can. When I try to connect this hose to the new type of the refrigerant can, I noticed that they said something over here, self-sealing valve. So this is a new EPA requirement to have those cans self-sealed. So when you loosen the refrigerant recharging hose, the air does not leak out, or the refrigerant doesn't leak out and damage the environment and things like that. So very important, I went back to the AutoZone and I actually bought a adapter. So this adapter can actually help put the old type of the valve with this adapter to the new type of self-sealing refrigerant cans. Very important. So now at year 2020, if you go out and buy any refrigerant, it's gonna have a self-sealing valve over here. So if you gonna buy a hose directly from your AutoZone or your any local auto hardware stores, you probably do not need this. But if you have your old valve, refill valve over here from a few years ago, you might need this adapter. So it all depends. Ask your salesperson. Most likely you're gonna buy this and you're gonna buy a refill valve that's already compatible with the new self-sealing cans. Okay, so just want to show you guys this section before we start. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on here, and then I'm gonna use my old valve refill valve hose and to recharge the refrigerant in our Ford Mustang. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so with the adapter attached, now I can safely attach my hose to the can, and then we're gonna start the recharging process. Okay, so just screw firmly until it stops leaking air. Now we're pretty much ready to go. So the next step, we're gonna attach this onto the low pressure valve. I guess before we start, it's important to mention, if you look at the indicator over here, there is a ambient temperature that you actually have to align the middle arrow to. Right now we are probably close to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm going to align to 85. Our goal is to charge the compressor over on like in between this zone over here, according to the ambient temperature. Okay, so and before, when I showed you guys, right now the compressor is charged somewhere in between blue and green. So let's get started. So again, just press this firmly into your low pressure valve, showing you the current pressure right here. And now you're gonna shake the can violently, and we're gonna align it to the 12 o'clock position. We're gonna release the valve, let it recharge, and then we're gonna alternatively turn this to 3 o'clock and just start charging. Continually press the releasing valve and checking your pressure constantly. As you can see, it's already went up a little bit. We're gonna continue to do that. 12 o'clock, release, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And you know it's working because you can feel the cold from the can, because the refrigerant is starting being charged into the compressor. Okay, we're gonna shake it a little bit. Check it again. Feels like it's already all into the system now. So interestingly, the pressure didn't go as high as indicated, but I'm gonna unplug this. Just kind of try to feel like we actually already recharged the whole 12 ounce into the compressor. I'm not sure if it's because of the pressure indicator here is not accurate or other reasons, but we're gonna actually today test drive the car for longer than 30 minutes, and then we're gonna try to figure out if the compressor is working normally or not by telling you guys at the very end that if the temperature of the inside the car is fixed or not, and then we're gonna come back and do a final conclusion. Okay.